No, prompted by the recent events nationwide targeting Asian Americans, a Lafayette woman is reflecting on her own experiences.
From microaggressions to outright verbal attacks, she's keeping a list. And as Victor Georges reports, she's hoping that by speaking out, she can make a difference.
The woman I spoke to says although the recent increase in attacks against Asian Americans is heartbreaking, it's not surprising. She says the hatred and violence against immigrant women has worsened after the labeling of the pandemic as the China virus.
I thought to myself, okay, so how many, is there a pattern here? And at least once a month emerged, if not twice or 3 times a month.
Dr. Young-Sing Wu recalls all the times she's been faced with unkind behavior from people in Lafayette. She has kept a record of every single time someone has been malicious to her. In one instance, for example, she was shopping at Target when she says a white woman and her children mocked her.
The behaviors I had begun to observe since COVID is the intentional and deliberate address to me when I'm kind of sitting there daydreaming or looking at my grocery list.
She tells me for a city that prides itself in valuing family and happiness, some people in Lafayette are uncomfortable with minorities.
Maybe because it values so much its happiness and its joie de vivre, etc., that the discomfort with things like race is all the more fraught.
The shooting in Atlanta last week targeted 3 spas. Of the 8 people who lost their lives, 6 were Asian women. Although Atlanta officials ruled out a race-motivated attack, Atlanta's mayor is urging authorities to consider hate crime charges against the gunman. Dr. Wu says it takes a joint effort to overcome this violence.
It's going to depend on citizens incrementally observing behaviors of their fellow citizens that are problematic, not right, and at base, not humane, and finding ways to talk about it. And that crossing that threshold is very uncomfortable.
We reached out to the Lafayette Police Department to see how many reports of hate crimes they have filed in the past year. We're waiting to hear back from the department. I'm in the studio, Victor Georges, KATC TV3.